Heartbreak High, Netflix's Australian adolescent dramedy remake, won over hearts all over the world a little later than anticipated. However, it's only a matter of time until something truly excellent catches everyone's attention. The drama's eagerly awaited third season jumps ahead in time by 1 year, directly to year 12 for Heartbreak High's finest. Even though a significant portion of the school was destroyed by fire at the end of Season 2, Amerie genuinely thinks she is a good person. She has always struggled with this, and in Season 3, she still does. Despite the vibrant clothing and language, the program has a different tone this time around. It's darker for some reason. However, why is that? What was altered? Did the children simply grow older? Or is there another underlying issue that we are unable to identify? In this review, I will attempt to express it in my own words. We've long discussed how Heartbreak High is a cross between America's Euphoria and England's Sex Education. Ironically, this show started and finished before the third season of the latter could be released, but at least we know it will happen in a month. In all honesty, I believe Heartbreak High differs slightly from both of its parent shows. First of all, outsiders will find it more thrilling to see because it is so proudly Australian. Such a treasure of Australian television is all too uncommon. More significantly, compared to the other two shows listed, it definitely resonates with Generation Z and much more. This is woven throughout the entire show, not only in plot devices and storylines. The third season is no exception. However, I have to say that it may be my least favorite. This is not to argue that it's a poor TV show. Compared to its predecessors, it's a touch boring. It's always difficult to get through a last season. You already know that something you truly love is coming to an end, and you'll be at least somewhat upset about it. For the most part, Heartbreak High Season 3 prevents you from experiencing its sense. As usual, it diverts our attention with a mystery. Harper's Truth was the first season, while Bird Psycho was the second. No, I won't offer you any spoilers, but know that the first episode will surprise you. Adolescence is clouded by prejudice. We are both self-centered and morally upright throughout this period. This sentiment is all too aptly captured by this season. It's simple to demonize someone simply because they are unique. I appreciate that Heartbreak High is hysterically amusing and doesn't shy away from showing us the negative aspects. Malachi is back, so don't worry, but Amerie has a new partner in Noah, who is also a fascinating guy. Everyone has grown up, and their fashion sense has also evolved. Since I spend half of my time admiring the style, I'm truly amazed at how beautifully the cast is dressed. The progress is evident, and the attention to detail is flawless. Although it still feels like the Amerie show, the character journeys are more general this time. Amerie has been a really annoying character, and now more than ever, she serves as a mirror for all of our errors. This is not to say we're all as problematic as her. I'm simply saying the secondhand embarrassment is still intolerable. Everyone else is maturing and figuring things out in the meantime. It is up to us to choose whether or not they succeed. Taz, the niece of Principal Woodsy, is another new character. She is truly amazing, but given how much was already going on with the other males, her plot felt hurried. I mentioned this when I initially saw the show, but in reality, it reminds me of 90,210, the reboot, since it's about finding yourself in every aspect of your life. The distinction is that they express themselves and appear to be teenagers in this instance. The real nature of bullying is captured in this season. Sometimes friends act as the worst bullies, and we just walk away as if we don't know what's going on. It's not just what we perceive to be wrong on the outside. Season 3 delves deeply into this, yet it unravels like an onion, layer by layer. However, we are experiencing the commotion in real time rather than merely being observers. The nicest thing is that you're not missing anyone. All of the people we've loved from beginning to end are still present. Everyone receives their redemption, and everyone gains knowledge on how to grow. Despite having little screen time, Woodsy and JoJo make you feel something. Particularly in the final moments of the last episode, it's all really emotional. If you don't lump in your throat, you are callous. The regulations are not made by me. Even though this is the conclusion, Season 3 leaves you feeling hopeful and optimistic. It serves as a reminder that you are capable of making mistakes and learning from them. You will ultimately find your way, and it's never too late to make change. Additionally, it serves as an appropriate farewell to the years of school that seem so oppressive. Even though it's my least favorite season, I have to admit that this is among the greatest teen series we've seen in a very long time. It's a show that defines a generation. It may seem outdated in 10 years, but right now it feels brand new. Despite a few issues, I was ultimately satisfied with Season 3. Although it seems like there's more to come, we are not supposed to see that chapter. The third season of Netflix's replica lacks what made the long-running original so captivating, despite having a lively spirit and a charming new ensemble. Nothing compares to Heartbreak High when it comes to chaos, heartbreak, and the unvarnished truth. Furthermore, the conclusion of Season 3, Episode 8 radically redefines Amerie and Harper McLean's path rather than merely closing a chapter. Their friendship has been everything than straightforward from the start. It has been disorganized, volatile, and occasionally destroyed. They both carried wounds that never truly healed. Secrets were revealed, and trust was destroyed. However, something changes in this last episode. Growth is now more important than drama. This season, Amerie has devoted a great deal of time to attempting to make things better. She frequently ends up getting things worse before they get better because she dives into situations and makes snap decisions. However, it feels different this time. Amerie stops running toward the end of the show. She gives up trying to manage everything. Rather, she does something we don't often see in her. She accepts accountability. For once, she lets things happen organically and takes responsibility for her errors without offering any justifications. In that particular moment, it demonstrates the extent of her transformation. She constructs strong, nearly impenetrable fortifications to keep herself safe throughout the season. However, those walls start to fall apart in the end. Not entirely, not all at once, but just enough to allow something genuine to emerge. Her arc feels so strong because of this. It's genuine, not hurried, and not flawless. Harper's trip, however, has always been more significant. Her trust is difficult, and her suffering is more profound. The turning point in their story then occurs. When Amerie and Harper eventually confront one another, their quarrel is not as heated as it was previously. In a deeply emotional and honest moment, two individuals confront the harm they have caused each other without running away or allowing interruptions, marking a significant shift in their relationship. Instead of yearning to return to a previous state of friendship, they come to terms with the changes and accept that the focus should now be on understanding, growth, and finding a new way to move forward. The finale does not conclude with a perfect resolution or happiness, but rather with a sense of meaningful closure amid uncertainty. Harper is no longer fully consumed by her suffering, and Amerie is not solely identified by her mistakes. Although they have not fully healed, they experience a newfound freedom, highlighting the idea that enduring friendships can adapt and thrive despite past hurts. Ultimately, this authentic ending reinforces the notion that the goal is not to restore the past, but to progress into the future, making the conclusion powerful and impactful. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. See you in the next review.